Welcome back, everyone, to a special edition of Sportsfellas.
Yeah. It's your Buckeye believing, who dey hopeful, Captain Chris with a K.
Everett.
It's your boy Tristan. Taylor.
Welcome back, Taylor. It's been a while, Taylor.
Hey,
I'm excited my
good to
boy
see
is
you.
back. The Dirty Birds. We call them the Ravens, the Dirty Birds. You guys, we're going to have a special edition here because we're going to break down Week 12, and also we're going to talk about our critical games. We have our first Black Friday game on Prime. We have the Buffalo Bills going against the Miami Dolphins, the Fins. And also we will break down the Bolts, the Los Angeles Chargers going against, again, those Dirty Birds of Taylor's team, the Baltimore Ravens. Well, let's go ahead. Before we dive in, let's take a quick pause and thank our following sponsors.
Hey guys, why don't you check out She Barber Cuts Barbershop and give Markeisha Brown, the licensed professional barber there, a call at 316-218-3566 for all your haircut needs. She's got cuts for kids, adults, and for those who are looking for the good one, the deluxe with beard trims, wash, and hot towels. So don't forget to give Markeisha a call at She Barber Cuts and see her at 2319 North Ridge, Barber Suite 6A here in Wichita, Kansas.
So we are going to be in Week 12 here. Well, let's kick it off with the Thanksgiving games. We have an NFC North showdown. We have the Green Bay Packers going against the Detroit Lions. Chris, who you taking?
Yeah, I think the Lions just keep rolling on the NFC North, taking more control. I'm going with the Lions.
Lions.
Give me the Lions, man. I love what Dan Campbell's doing ever since he's been the coach. He has that tenacity. He knows what the players like and want. I feel like he's just a likable guy, man. So, give me the Lions.
Yeah, you got the Lions. I mean, it's going to be a divisional game. Those are always tough, but I think just overall the Lions are a better team.
I'm looking forward to a great game beating the Green Bay Packers, and also if they're going to wear their throwback jerseys. That Lions throwback, I kind of like it. I like that gray. That silver, whatever you want to call it. But yes, we'll take Detroit. Let's go on, moving over to America's team. We've got, first kicking off, the Washington Commanders going to visit them boys, the Dallas Cowboys. Taylor, who you taking?
Got to go with Dallas. I mean, Washington, they traded away Montez Sweat and Chase Young, but Dallas is just getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas too because Dak, the past couple weeks he's been on fire. He's finally finding CeeDee Lamb. I think he's finally getting into the groove of the season, man. We'll see if that can keep up in the playoffs. But, Washington, I think they got a good offense, but other than that, I feel like it's going to struggle.
Washington definitely has a pretty good offense in Sam Howell and Terry McLaurin. But here's the issue. You're playing against a very good defense against Micah Parsons and Bland. It's definitely going to be the Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the boys as well. They're just, they look so good against these really bad teams, and I think it's going to happen again.
It'll be interesting just to see Curtis Samuel and Terry McLaurin. I think it'll be a great game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think Dallas will control the tempo of the game. All right, well, let's move on over to the Thursday night game as well. This is going to be also a Thanksgiving game. We have an NFC West showdown. We have the San Francisco 49ers going against the Seattle Seahawks. Who do you have, Everett?
Definitely give me the Niners. They are definitely doing way better. They broke their losing streak after their bye week, and now they've definitely got the best D-line in the league now that they've added Chase Young. They're just getting hotter and hotter.
I'm going to give a slight edge to the Niners. I think it's going to be close because it's a rivalry game. And I feel like Seattle's just going to surprise us a little bit. But got to go with the Niners, man. Just they're stacked.
Yeah, you got to agree with the Niners there. And another thing, Geno Smith, he's not playing as well as he did last year. I just feel like the Niners are a better team.
Yeah, I agree. They're a better team. I think I agree with Tristan as well that it's going to be a closer game, I think, than a lot of people think because of the just the rivalry and the division aspect of it. But I think the Niners are going to pull it off.
I agree. I feel the Niners will as well. They're just loaded offensively, and I think Christian McCaffrey is going to have a great big game. Tyler Lockett's been a little bit dormant as well as DK Metcalf, and so their scheme of things, they're going to have to run the ball and get something going. Kimball Walker, that's why they got a lot of these draft picks to make this happen, but I think the 49ers will go ahead and run with it. All right, we have our first time ever Friday night. Well, there's been a Friday night game before. before, but that was a while back. But we have Prime. First game ever. We have an AFC East showdown. We have the Fins in the Miami Dolphins going against the Jets.
Jets. Big
All right. Who you taking, Tristan?
Who do I want to take? You know, Miami doesn't have a very good record against good defenses, and the Jets have one of the best defenses. And if Zach Wilson can just play decent, they got a good enough offense. So I'm gonna go with the Jets on an upset in this one. Give me the Jets, baby.
You know, I'm gonna just have to go with the Dolphins. I mean, I think that just with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and then that A-Chain who's coming back, it's gonna be a little bit too much for the Jets to handle to, keep up with points.
Yeah, I'm with Taylor on this. I think especially A-Chain, he's a game changer, man. That kid is lightning in a bottle, and I think Mostert's like, the fastest guy on the team, but A-Chain just has a different feel about him when he gets the ball in his hands. And I think he's going to warm up in Week 11 and be ready to go in Week 12. And, I think the Dolphins are going to pull that one out.
I'm going to go with Tristan here. He kind of stole the words from me, but I think it's going to be the Jets. They've got a very good defense against an offense that can't do well against good defenses. Zach Wilson, he's definitely stepped it up a good amount since last year after starting to get coached by Aaron Rodgers. And they've got, honestly, other than Zach Wilson, one of the best teams in the league. I'm going to go with the Jets.
We all know already the Jets is well-rounded right now, but Miami's got the speed. And like I said, I think this time around, this is going to be one of those affairs that Tua's going to kind of just let it, I wouldn't say let it cook, but I don't know what another word we could use for Miami. But overall, Waddle and then Tyreek as well. They still got other weapons. I wish they would use more Barrios. I don't know what's going on with him, why they don't use him as much. He's a speedster as well. And also they got Robbie Anderson on the bench. He's a deep threat as well. So who knows? They might have a clinic, but I think I'll take the Dolphins on this one. All right, let's move on over to, we've got the Buccaneers going against the Colts. Who are you taking, Taylor?
I'm going to go with the Bucs on this one. I think it can go either way. Neither team's top tier, but I just think the Bucs offense is will probably give them the edge.
I'm gonna go with the Bucs as well, simply because they've just been playing a little bit better, and they have a solidified quarterback, whether he's mediocre or not. But just offensively, I think they got better weapons. And defensively, they've kind of been stepping it up. So give me the Bucs.
I'm going to take the Colts on an upset. The Colts, they're coming off bye week, and after a couple of games where they've been playing very well, one guy had, I think, 2 pick sixes more. He had at least 2 picks. One of them was a pick six. He completely stepped it up. They've got DeForest Buckner down on the D-line. I think he's going to step it up this game, he might go for Baker Mayfield, a couple sacks for him maybe. And then their offense, Michael Pittman Jr. and Jonathan Taylor, they've definitely stepped it up.
I was originally going to pick the Bucs, but I think Everett swayed me with his argument. I also do agree. I think Gardner Minshew's settling in with those receivers. They're starting to click. I'm sure having the bye week even gave them more time to work together. Taylor is starting to come together, and the defense is starting to mesh a little bit. So, yeah, I think I like the Colts here in a little upset.
I don't know if you guys, Tristan and Taylor, what do you guys think? But I think offensively with Minshew, if the line is protecting him, he's got weapons in Pittman and Downs as well. And then if you can control the tempo with the run game, you're just going to run the clock. And them being at home, they need this win. The Colts need this win because right now the AFC South, you've got the Houston Texans literally coming out of nowhere. They're on a run here, and Jacksonville is not as scary as they were last year. So I'm going to take the Colts for the upset. We got another boring game. We have the New England Patriots going against the G-Men and the New York Giants. Who are you taking, Taylor?
That's a good one. I'm going to have to go with New England. New England, and only because Bill Belichick is, his defensive mind against the opposing QB. Is it Tyrod Taylor? But I just think that they're.
Isn't
I thought it was DeVito.
DeVito?
Okay. Well,
Not Danny.
exactly. He's just good. He plays well against these young QBs, so I'm going to go with New England on that one.
I just flipped the coin using my phone, and I'm going with the Giants. 'Cause
Oh,
they were
wow.
tails. So I feel like it's flip a coin, man. They're both doing terrible this season, and I don't even know. I'm going with the Giants.
I think I'm gonna give the slight edge to the Patriots. I mean, neither teams are doing too well. I just think the Patriots have a slightly better offense and a slightly better defense.
Yeah, this one's tough. I go back like Daboll wasn't he coach of the Bills for a while? And I don't remember them doing well against. Didn't he coach the Bills back?
Who?
Daboll.
Oh, he was the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So he was a coordinator, not the coach.
Okay, but I don't remember him doing very well against the Patriots during that time either.
Probably not. No.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Belichick and the Patriots on this as well. And I mean, you're on your third string quarterback on not a very talented team. So with the Giants,
It took way too long for this to happen. I remember the Patriots would get on my nerves. I mean, like I said, you put the Patriots and the Chiefs up there, I'd rather take the Chiefs than the Patriots by far.
Of course.
No one's talking to you, Tristan. But I was saying, yeah, this is just terrible. This is just hot garbage. I'm just going to go ahead and take the Patriots. Anyway, let's go move on to somewhat more interesting game. We've got an interesting AFC North showdown. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers going against Welcome to the Jungle Inn.
Hooday, the Bengals.
So let's kick it off. Who you taking?
Oh, you know I'm gonna pick my Bengals. It's gonna be tough. We'll see if Jake Browning can get his stuff together after a longer break because of the Thursday night game. Hopefully they can get some help with maybe T. Higgins getting back. That would be a big help. Obviously, better targets make up for a better quarterback. It's gonna be a tough one. I mean, Steelers are a good defense. If we can get the run going, I think that helps. I'm hoping that maybe we get a couple of D linemen back. Hubbard and Hendrickson didn't play in that Thursday game. So hopefully that we're just really banged up right now. So if we can get a little healthy with the break and get some guys back, I think we have a chance. So I'm going to go with the Bengals.
I don't know if I'm going home tonight because I'm going to go with the Steelers because I don't think Jake Browning is going to be able to do much against that Steelers defense, and he's probably going to go down a good amount against TJ Watt.
The census said you are going home, so don't worry.
I don't know how the Steelers keep doing it, bro. Every single year they just make something happen, and then now it's just working well for them because now the Bengals are all beat up. I'm going with the Steelers. Offensively, they haven't done much, but they have one of the best defenses in the league, which I think is really the killer there.
I'm going to go with Cincinnati on this one. I know Jake Browning's their backup, and we don't know how good he is yet, but, I mean, you've got Jamar Chase, you've got, hopefully, Higgins back in the lineup and Mixon. I just think that they've got enough offensive weapons to score points.
You know, I'm going to agree with you on a slight edge there, Taylor, but look at it more like this. They got to get the ball out more to sample. I mean, you got tight ends that are making critical plays when it's needed most. And then overall, Tyler Boyd, let's get Tyler Boyd going as well. I've said this before to Chris that Tyler Boyd's just a unique player. But right now, that offensive line has to protect Browning. On the flip side with the Steelers are still in it. The defense is what's keeping them in. This year has been defense that's been predominantly keeping teams together, like Dristen's team, the Chiefs, and everything. It's just defense has been really helping out. And we got a critical game here. And right now, the Steelers are not afraid to play against the Bengals. They know already that they're missing Joe Burrow for the year, so it's like, okay, hey, let's build a game plan around them. But they're at home, they're in the jungle. They need to be stronger than ever here if they have any aspirations to go into the playoffs. That's where it be. I don't think they'll get the division this year. I think that'll be your team, Taylor, the Ravens. But overall, if the Steelers want to get in, they do have a hard schedule going forward. But I'll take the Bengals on this one. Let's move on over to the Carolina Panthers going against the Tennessee Titans. Who you taking?
I'm going to take the Titans. Will Levis he's definitely doing so much better than Ryan Tannehill. Derrick Henry he's probably going to have a great game against a not very good Carolina Panthers D-line. And then
Yeah, bro, give me the Titans, bro. Panthers don't.
Good. Yeah, I'm just gonna echo that.
And, yeah, unless something weird happens, it's any given Sunday. But I think the Titans are the better team. They're a little more structure organized going on. Panthers are still in full rebuild mode, so
This is just so unfortunate because really, Levis now, Ryan Tannehill is back, but he is not starting. So therefore, that being the
shouldn't
case,
be.
that being the case, I think this is going to be a great game for D-Hop to get his reps in, and also the Titans are going to have to figure something out, change their scheme of things. It seems like Coach Vrabel is playing the same thing over, and I think it's outdated. So he's going to have to create something, get something going. So let's go ahead and shift on over to the AFC South showdown. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars going against the hot Houston Texans. Shout out to our boy Chuck and the Texan fans. Taylor, who you taking?
This is going to be a tough matchup, but I'm going to go with Houston. I think C.J. Stroud, he's just that guy, and they've got some good players around him, and they're heating up at the right moment. I'm going to go with them.
Yeah, give me the Texans, bro. Recently, the Jags haven't been playing too well. I feel like they're not utilizing their offensive weapons because Ridley's just fallen off. He was used a couple weeks and then hasn't been doing much. But, people are saying C.J. Stroud's an MVP candidate and he's just a rookie. So I don't think he'll win MVP. I think he'll win Rookie of the Year. But he's on fire and they got weapons, bro. They're an underdog. So give me Houston.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Houston. CJ Stroud is magical. He has had 2 in a row, last second wins against 2 pretty good teams, Bucks and Bengals. He's heating it up. Tank Dell, he's been doing better. Brown, he's been doing better.
How did you like that game last week, Chris?
that was tough. I do like C.J. Stroud. Of course he's really good. He
play at Ohio State.
That's what I was gonna say. He did go to the Ohio State University.
Respect on that.
I heard something funny that he's betting. Tom Brady is betting a ring that Michigan and because he went to Michigan. So they got some bet about the Michigan Ohio State game coming up too. So that'll be fun. But in this game, I'm going to go with the Texans, and I think C.J. Stroud is a great player. I don't think he's the spark right now, though. I really think it's DeMeco Ryans. I love DeMeco Ryans as a coach. He's a great head coach, I think, in the birthing right now, as he's a rookie head coach. And I think he's going to take that team or wherever he's at pretty far. So.
Houston's got great offenses. I thought this year Dameon Pierce was going to step up, and really the run game's been irrelevant. It's just literally been in the air, and especially with Collins, and then of course Dell as well. They've got everything going, and then with the addition of Schultz as well, you got some leadership going on there as well. CJ Stroud's having a great year, so indeed I'm going to take Houston. They're firing on all cylinders. We got an NFC South showdown. We have the New Orleans Saints going against the Atlanta Falcons. Chris, who you taking?
Saints and Falcons. That's just tough, isn't it? You got the Saints coming off bye. Were Falcons on bye? But both are. Yeah, and it's in New Orleans. This one is. It's in Falcons. I'm gonna go Falcons for the home team, just for that reason.
I'm going to go with the Saints. They have a pretty good defense and one of the best running backs in the league. I'm just going to go Saints.
Yeah, I'm going Saints as well. They have a better defense, and offensively, they don't look pretty good, but they can make stuff happen. So Atlanta's just sort of been on a downfall. They're not utilizing Eugene Robinson in the red zone, which everybody's hating on Arthur Smith for. And I feel like more coaching mistakes there. But so give me Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. The lack of utilization for Robinson and Kyle Pitts. Two of the best weapons in the league, and they just don't use them. I just think the Saints are gonna pull
2
out.
first-round picks that they're just not utilizing.
You guys are both the right. Tristan, great spot. You got Lattimore. Lattimore's going to lock down their top wide receiver as well. And then defensively, the Saints are not that bad. it's just offensive.
No.
They keep going. But here's the deal with Derek Carr going over there. Derek Carr is helping Olave and also Michael Thomas kind of get back and groove of things because he'll throw the ball. That's what's the amazing part. But then you got James Winston comes in and he has a great game. But he's like an on and off switch. You know, he's just inconsistent. But in this game here, I think the Saints will go ahead and run with it. We got an NFC West showdown. We have the Los Angeles Rams going against the Arizona Cardinals. Who are you taking, Travis? I mean, not Travis. I'm sorry. Taylor.
I'm going to go with Arizona. And
Yeah.
and that just because Kyler's back in the lineup, they've been doing a little bit better the past few weeks. And I assume Stafford will be back for the Rams. But I don't know. I just think that Arizona's got this one.
I'm going to take Arizona too. Kyler Murray being back, he's going to get into things. I mean, he threw for like 245 yards last week. Didn't look the best, but I just think he needs to get you back into it, and he'll look good again.
I'm going to go with the Rams. They've got a good defense. Matt Stafford is coming back. They've got Puka Nakua and Cooper Kupp coming back against.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Rams as well. Similar reasons as ever.
I'm going to go interesting mode. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. I mean, is James Conner back yet?
I think he will be.
Yeah, so you got James Conner coming back as well. And then you got that stellar right now, tight end right now that stepped up since Zach Ertz was injured. McBride, having them connection there. Arizona needs to come back because right now Arizona's been on the slide right now. They've been in last place in the division, so they need a critical win. Let's go ahead and move on over to the Cleveland Browns Dog Pound, going to the Mile High and visiting the Denver Broncos. Chris, who are you taking?
This one's going to be interesting. I think I'm going to go with the home team Broncos on this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go that way.
This is going to be a close game. I don't know if maybe I think the Broncos might be able to step up, do the obstacle of the Browns defense, and yeah, I'm going Broncos. Plus Mile High City.
I just want to apologize to you, Carlos.
Okay, hold on, everybody. Let's just. Okay, Tristan, go ahead.
Please repeat.
I wanted to apologize because the Broncos, 2 major upsets, in a row, against 2 of the best teams in the AFC. So y'all's defense is finally stepping up. They're finally doing what they need to do. Offensively, Russell Wilson's been playing good football. He hasn't been playing bad. And y'all don't look bad. And I think it's more due to y'all's defense, but. Man, so it's at Mile High. Y'all are on a hot streak right now against some amazing AFC teams. And, if y'all play like that again, I think y'all can beat the Browns. The only way I see the Browns winning is if they just, take 75% of the clock of the run team. So, depends how y'all's defense plays. But y'all are at home. I'm going to give y'all the benefit of the doubt this week, which I never say.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denver's on a little bit of a hot streak now. I just see them keeping that up, especially with Browns and their backup QB situation, all that.
Thank you, Tristan. I mean, I'm a little lost for words right now. I mean, I don't know what to say. Here's the deal. Denver is really running their own destiny. And the way I see it is Denver has to keep capitalizing on wins. I don't believe they're gonna be the division champs. That'll be for Kansas City. Now, hold on, man, Tristan.
I didn't say
Hear me out. But here's the thing. The Browns, offensively, they're not scary. Defensively, they're going to have to come up with something. Depending on the outcome when they play against the Minnesota Vikings. But the way they're going to have to play is if they can keep Russell going, get Sutton, get Judy, and then especially get Javonte Williams going, I think Denver can run with this and Denver can win. So I'm going to take Denver as my team. What can I say? Let's go. Let's cook.
Clean
Come on,
sweep.
Russ. Let's cook. Okay. We got the Buffalo Bills going against the Fly Eagles Fly. The Philadelphia Eagles. Who you taking, Taylor?
I'm going to take the Eagles on this one. I mean, the Bills just fired their OC. They're just not the team they've been in years past, and the Eagles are the top of the NFC. Eagles are the better team in my opinion.
Yeah, man, give me the Eagles. Listen, Allen's a turnover machine, and the Eagles have an amazing defense who like getting turnovers. Simple as that. Eagles are winning this one, bro.
I have to ask, since we've been recording with Tristan for quite a while, what team gets on your nerves the most, the Buffalo Bills or the Cincinnati Bengals? Pick your
Bro, they
poison.
both suck. Give me the Bengals simply because our record
We
against
beat
you
'em
guys
more.
are terrible. So, but if you want to be honest, number one team I gets on my nerves is the Chargers. Can't stand them. Can't stand them.
Don't worry, Travis. I got this recorded.
Give me the Eagles. Josh Allen, like Tristan said, he just throws it away and it just goes to any cornerback. They're just easily the better team. The Bills, they can't do anything against good teams, and the Eagles, they're just piling it up. The only way that I can see the Eagles losing is if they lose someone, like if they lose Jalen Hurts or AJ Brown.
Yeah, I would go the Eagles as well. I think the Bills are going to be, I don't want to say rebuild mode, but I think maybe Sean McDermott's nearing the end after this year.
This is going to be a great game. Too many memes of Josh Allen. That's just too many funny memes going on. But here's the thing. No one's talking about it, but Stephon Diggs. He's got a short patience with that, and if he doesn't see results, I wouldn't be surprised if him and Josh Allen have a fallout and he's going to request a trade. Now, Philadelphia, coming off what's going to happen Monday night when our boy goes to the game against the Eagles, we have the Eagles do give up a lot in the air. Their cover is not all that great. They're not like last year, but their front defense is just could give Buffalo such a hard time. There's no run game with them. Their run game is terrible. But defensively, Buffalo, you're gonna see Buffalo's defense quite a bit on the field. So they're gonna have a great game. But I just think the Eagles are just too much for them. All right, we have an AFC West showdown. We have Chiefs Kingdom.
Yes, sir. Chiefs Kingdom, baby.
All right, going against Commitment to Excellence, Don's team, the Las Vegas Raiders. Who you taking, Tristan?
Of course, I'm going to take the Chiefs. I don't know why I wouldn't, but I will say this. I think it's going to be a difficult matchup. I mean, Raiders haven't been playing bad since the interim coach has stepped in. I feel like he brought a whole new vibe, mentality to that locker room, and the players love him. You can clearly see that. So, and not only that, unless we can really step up offensively, we're going to struggle. Max Crosby's going to destroy us. He's going to put, yeah.
Is this the real Tristan? I'm kind of.
Right?
Hey, bro. Hey, I'm telling you how it is. So I think we're gonna struggle. I think it's gonna be a close game, but in the end, like we always do, we'll come out victorious.
You know, the Raiders are interesting after they fired their coach and got a new QB, and they're looking good. But I think the Chiefs, having coming off a tough Monday night loss from the week before, are gonna be pissed off. They're gonna have to prove, they'll play hot and they'll take this one.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs. I think the Raiders' little Cinderella story is going to be ending about this time with the Chiefs. So the Chiefs for sure.
Yeah, the Raiders, they've been looking pretty good, but to be fair, they haven't been playing great teams. The Chiefs are a great team. I think it's definitely the Chiefs.
Tristan, if you guys lose Monday night, I'm going to give you such a hard time.
Oh,
I'm
so
going to call
sad.
out all the Chief fans. Oh, it's going to be.
have
It's going to be. Oh, it's got to. But here's the deal. The Raiders play well against the Chiefs. It's just for some reason you don't go into a shootout with Patrick Mahomes. You're going to lose. I don't know why they do that. But we know already that Josh McDaniels failed that team when they traded Derek Carr. It was the writing on the wall. He lost the respect in the locker room. And it's just at the end, that was his downfall. Kind of funny how he did my team too, the Denver Broncos. But it's okay. That's in the past. Chiefs are going to go in, and I think they'll take care of business. It's just the Raiders. If they do win, hey, that's awesome. But if not, whatever. It's just that right now, offensively, the Chiefs are not as strong as they were last year. I mean, do you agree or disagree?
I agree. Yeah, definitely not.
But not by far. But the thing is that Max Crosby, he's gonna, if he could get some more additions defensively and have a stronger secondary, the Raiders would be a scary team. All right, let's move on over to the Sunday night game. We have the Dirty Birds and the Baltimore Ravens, Taylor's team, going against light it up the Bolts, Travis's team, and the Los Angeles Chargers. Taylor, you're home. Who are you picking?
I mean, who else could it be? It's got to be the Ravens on this one. Honestly, I'm not too worried. I just think their defense is playing very well. Their offense is playing well. They did lose Mark Andrews, which is a blow, but I think Isaiah likely will step up, and they use Keaton Mitchell more. I mean, they've got some firepower on the offense, so yeah, I think that.
Bro, like you said, it's the Ravens, no questions. Why? Who would pick the Chargers against them?
Travis.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Man, Chargers, they can't win. They like to choke. That's all I can say.
Pre-show, we were talking about the history between these teams, and the history says that the Ravens will win.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Ravens. Again, I think that this is the last straw. This isn't the last straw, but it's definitely nearing the end of the road for Brandon Staley. I sure hope so for Chargers fans.
In the words of Travis, he needs to go. The thing is that with the Chargers, it's just heartbreaking watching them. They're on paper, they're such an elite team. I mean, you've got stellar wide receivers.
Oh, yeah.
You've got an amazing running back, top 10 best running back in the league. Justin Herbert, the guy's a great quarterback. When he's playing on all cylinders, he's a threat. It's like he's a mixture of Drew Brees with the Phillip Rivers and his own identity. But the problem is, it's the defense. How in the world that you have Khalil Mack, you got Boza, you've got some good. You traded for what was his name? The corner. Oh, what's his name? Not Jed Jackson. What's his name?
Derwin James Jr.
He's a safety, isn't he?
Well,
Yeah,
whatever.
he's been
But
with
they're
the team.
look
But
what they're
he's
doing.
good.
Look what they're doing. Look how many points they're giving up.
Yeah.
They cannot lock in these games, and the problem is you're going against a Ravens team that they're going to try to do that towards you because they know, oh, hey, these guys give up a lot on the pass. Run game, here and there. But the thing is, Baltimore has had their number on the Chargers' history, and I think it's not going to be any different. I think Baltimore will go ahead and take care of this game, and we're going to probably see the countdown on the coach's job because if there's not a turnaround, I'm pretty sure the owners of the Chargers are going to probably start looking elsewhere. All right, we have the Monday night game. We have an NFC North showdown. We have the Chicago Bears going against Skull Vikings. I like how I say it and everyone's all looking around.
What? Huh?
We'll get there. We'll get there one day. All right, that was too much, Chris. Thank you,
sorry.
Thank you. All right, Taylor, who you taking?
I'm gonna go with Minnesota on this one. Dobbs honestly hasn't looked bad. Jefferson might be back, and I just Fields is hot and cold. I see Minnesota pulling up this one off.
It's 100% Minnesota, bro. Dobbs has been playing well. He's playing awesome. He's a smart guy. He brings a nice mentality to that locker room, and I feel like everybody likes him right now. And he's been playing hot, man. Give me Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Minnesota. I'm on the Josh Dobbs hype train, and if Jay Jettis is back, then they're easily gonna be a great team because they've got now essentially a part QB, part running back, and then like elite wide receivers with Osborne, Addison, and Jay Jettis.
Yeah, I'm going to go Vikings. I like it better. And they're at home, and like you said, Fields is kind of up and down. I think that O'Connell's got kind of a master touch with Dobbs here. Has it figured out pretty well and really getting going. So, give me Vikings.
I'll take the Vikings as well. I mean, it's pretty simple. Dobbs brings a new culture of winning, and I know that Kirk Cousins excited to be back, but he's going to have to take a step back on this one. And the problem is that I'm pretty sure we're all agreeing that Kirk Cousins is probably not going to be the starter anymore. I think this is
Probably not.
yeah, so we're just going to leave it at that. Well, you guys, that wraps up Week 12. What we're going to do is we're going to break down some of those critical games. And so we decided to pick 2 games here, and we're going to give our thoughts. So let's kick off with the Black Friday game. We have the Buffalo Bills going against the Miami Dolphins. And let's just break down real quick. We've already gave our picks, but let's just dive in. For the Bills to win, and we're going to do a around the world here. If the Bills are going to win, what would be the critical things they need to do in short words. I'll kick it off with you, Taylor.
So remind me again what the matchup is.
The Buffalo Bills going against the Miami Dolphins.
You said it was Jetson. You said it was
I
Jetson.
was say, I thought
Dolphins
the-
earlier.
Oh, that's my fault. Thank you. Yeah, the Jets and the Dolphins. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, Jets Dolphins. So for the Jets offense, what they need? Okay, so they're gonna have to use Brees Hall for sure. He's one of the most talented backs in the league. If they get him running the ball, they do some play action, get Garrett Wilson involved, and Zach Wilson. Just he plays game manager football. I think that's what they need to do to win.
100%, bro. Brees Hall is going to be your saving grace, and you don't choose Zach Wilson to throw the football like that. You can't. Unfortunately, unless he's going to play like how he did in Kansas City, go ahead. But that was a one and done. He ain't playing like that again. So feed Brees Hall, and that's it.
Yeah, Brees Hall's got to go off. Honestly, for the most part, stay away from Jalen Waddle. He's going to go off with some of those lollipop throws from Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Sauce Gardner because I'm sure they're probably going to have him matching up a lot with Tyreek Hill, so that should be a good battle. And I think they're going to have to watch because I think there's a lot of focus on Miami's passing game, that sometimes their run game gets a little backburnered by the defense, and especially with a Chain coming back, who's just a game changer. Like they got to watch that and make sure they're locking down on the run, as well as those really quick receivers. So defensively, I think they got to focus on that. I think, like everyone's saying, like you got to feed the ball. Brees, he needs to get as many touches as they can get him. Dalvin Cook's starting to get some decent runs in as well, and I mean we all know he's historically a very good back, and that sets up some play actions where they can take those occasional throws where hopefully he's got a little more time, and because they do need to get in Garrett Wilson or that's the receiver's name.
Yeah, Garrett.
Yeah, they need to get in. He's a playmaker. He's a big playmaker. They need to get in his hands as well. So.
I'm glad you brought that up with the wide receivers. You've noticed that Aaron Lazard is not as prominent like he used to be when he was with Green Bay. I mean, I get it. Aaron Rodgers is not there. But Zach Wilson, I don't know if he's getting coached by Aaron Rodgers or not, but he needs to slow down the game a little bit. I'm not no expert. I'm just saying, run the ball. Run the ball, Jets. Coach Sella needs to, since he's more of a defensive-minded type of guy, defensively they know what they're doing. But I don't know if Tristan or Taylor or Chris would agree, or Everett would agree, you can't go one-on-one with these guys. Look what the Chiefs did. The Chiefs did a great job in not just, they were masking coverages, they were doing a lot of zone coverages as well, because they know, well, they're going to beat us one-on-one, so how about we just trap them in these zone packages, and then next thing you know it, you notice that. Watch closely on the games how Waddle and Hill play. Sometimes they'll screen off of one another, and then at times sometimes their plays are not matching up with what they're doing, and they cause some issues. So that's something the Jets are going to look forward to. On the Miami side, Miami just needs to do is make every point count. So literally run the ball, get your passes, protect Tua. Tua doesn't have to do so much, because at the end of the day, if he can control the tempo of the game, they can beat the Jets. But because it's just their offense is relevant.
If their defensive line can get a little rattle to Wilson, they've got the cornerbacks, Howard, and is Ramsey playing right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously they've got the cornerbacks to do pretty well against that. So if you can get a little rattle, I think if you can get some pressure on Wilson, get him in his head, especially if they can get him down by a couple scores, if they can get up on him, Miami can get up on a couple scores, make them start throwing. I think then it's going to turn into a bit of a blowout.
All right, let's move on over to the Los Angeles Chargers and the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to kick this off with you, Taylor. So for the Ravens to pretty much capitalize a win, what do they need to do?
They need to just keep doing what they've been doing. So offensively, Lamar, if he gets good protection, they need to utilize Gus Edwards and then Keaton Mitchell in the run game, do some play action, and then just take advantage of Zay Flowers, Odell, hopefully get Likely involved. And I don't think the Chargers defense is all that great. They just need to do their thing.
Yeah, I think Zay Flowers, I think, is going to start to be a little bit more of a key component this now that Andrews is out. I think offensively they're going to start focusing. He's a game changer. Like he can get a good end around runs. He's great with the ball in his hands after catch. So I think they're going to try to focus a little more offensive passing, getting it in his hands now that Andrews isn't there. I think the Chargers, offensively, I don't think they have to change much. I mean, I think they're pretty fine. I mean, get the ball to Eckler. Herbert can make some passes and stuff. What they need to change is defensively. They need to get pressure on the quarterback. They need to, they're going to have to contain Jackson so he's not running. But he's not running a whole lot really anymore. He's been more passing. Like, he's definitely a pass-first quarterback now.
For sure.
He can still get outside. He can still get some yards around if he gets around the corner. But I think defensively, the Chargers got to be able to lock down someone. They got to get some stops. That's what they've got to do.
Yeah, Chargers, their defense needs to definitely step it up. I mean, they've had really one really good week when Khalil Mack had like 5 or 6 sacks. But Chargers need to step it up. For the Ravens, they need maybe Lamar Jackson. He can get a few breakaways. Odell Beckham Jr. He definitely needs to step up with Mark Andrews gone, and then also Zay Flowers, both stepping it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to reiterate what everybody said. Their defense needs to make something happen. Here's a fun statistic. Since Herbert became the starter, their offense has scored 1,500 points, but their defense has allowed 1,500 points. So it's basically like it's balanced. Like, you're not going to win when your defense is allowing as many points as you're scoring, especially against a good team like the Ravens. So firstly, you got to change something up on defense because you got good playmakers. Like, I don't understand why they're allowing so many points to coaching, I guess, but that's not going to happen, bro, because the Ravens are going to come out and just beat the crap out of them. So.
Great point. A great point as well. And let's look at it from the Ravens side. On the Ravens side, protecting Lamar Jackson. You've got Likely that needs to assume that role. Now we lost Mark Andrews. It's a bummer. We lost him. And then also Odell. You could tell Odell, there was some plays he looked a little gassed. Like he didn't, complete the plays. But hey, no one has mentioned the name. You've got Aguilar. What are you waiting for? The guy's got experience. I mean, he's got speed.
That lucky touchdown, man.
But what I'm saying is that Baltimore, don't make the same mistake that you did when you guys played against the Browns. You went on this little hot streak, and then second half, you guys just died out. Remember, the Chargers can go toe-to-toe with you if you want to go in a shootout, like what Driston said. So if I was Lamar Jackson, get the points in, control the clock. I think the clock is going to be your friend. If you can go ahead and make plays, run it, slow them down, keep Justin off the field. Now flipping over to the Charger side. I don't know where to break this down. I mean, Keenan Allen, the guy's still an elite wide receiver. You've got Quinn John that's stepped up as well. I mean, with Gerald Everett taking that injury, their tight end that they have right now, he's been playing great. And so getting that rotating in with Joshua Kelly and also with Austin Eckler, they can beat this Baltimore defense. But again, it's just a matter of, can the defense of the Chargers help out? They need this win. And what's really sad, of all the teams in the NFL, it seems like the Chargers don't even host their own team. Every time you got a Dallas team, you've got someone coming in. I mean, I can
The
tell you from
Rams are
experience.
kind of the same though. It's that
Well,
LA crowd.
here's the deal. When I went to the chart back when it was in Qualcomm, it was a game against the Ravens.
And even back
and
then
I kid you not, when I was there, you could see these pockets of purple right there.
Everywhere.
They were all there. And I was at that game when Ray Lewis, the Hall of Famer Ray Lewis, stopped. The one that replaced Darren Sproles, beat him at the 1, stopped him at the
Bam.
1.
He's a lot bigger than Sproles.
Yeah, welcome to the NFL. But I have a soft spot for the Chargers for some reason. I know the Chargers have the qualities. They have the team to do it. And especially with Kellen Moore being over there with Justin changing up the scheme, I like it. But I'm telling you, if this coach has been the problem, then they need to make changes. And they better do it quick. I'm telling you, they've got some coordinators out there that can help out. Hey, Benjamin, I like him as offensive coordinator.
He's doing great in Washington.
Why they don't give him a go talk to them, because right now Ron Rivera, I don't think he's helping out too much with the Commanders, and he's another coach. Why not go to the Chargers? He's got ties to the Chargers as well. He used to be a coordinator for the Chargers. So maybe a switch up, a scheme of things. But that will wrap up you guys there. So any plans for the holidays? Kick it off with you, Taylor.
Plans for the holidays, just staying close to home, hanging out with family, just keeping it low key.
Eating a bunch of pecan pie.
Oh yeah, definitely eating as much as possible. We got little travel plans with the fam.
Same as my dad.
Thanks for putting it out there, Everett. We got that. Well, indeed, you guys, thank you so much for this, and thank you guys for taking the time to come out. So we are going to take our break. We're going to go on a sabbatical here, if they say it like that. We won't be gone for this week, so you guys be safe out there. And also, thanks for everyone that's making this possible. When we come back, we will wrap up on week 13. And like I said, we're getting close to the playoffs, so we will line up our shows. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. We'll see you in the next one. You guys take care.